Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Coastal Cocina, where I'm your host, Cecilia, and we've got Chef Matt with us today. Welcome, Chef Matt.
Oh, thank you. Glad to be here.
We also have a special guest here today with us with the Solid Waste Department from the City of Corpus Christi. But Chef Matt, let us know what we're cooking today.
Well, today we're going to pan sear some fillets from Champ's Meat Market. We're going to serve that with mushroom risotto, a little steamed asparagus Buerre Monte.
Well, it sounds fancy and really darn good. And you know you're in good hands when someone comes in with an apron that says official meat expert. So let's get right into it. Where do we start?
Well, we're going to start by seasoning the fillets, and then we'll get ready to make the risotto and the asparagus.
Well, let's get going. I'll watch you work.
So what I did yesterday was I put these on the smoker, but with no heat. So I just cold smoked them with little hickory wood.
Okay.
And what that does is it dries it out a little bit, and then, chilled it overnight. And then we pulled it out. It's been sitting out for about 15 minutes. I want it to be all the way to room temperature before we start cooking. But I'm going to season it now and then let that seasoning get in there while we prep everything else and get ready to go on that. So just some good kosher salt, black pepper, Szechuan pink, a little bit of green, some coriander, and some allspice. Just use whatever pepper you like. So we're just going to let these kind of chill out. And then we're going to get started on the vegetables. All right, then I'm just going to dice this up. I'm going to dice up the garlic and the shallot and the onion, and then we'll get started making the risotto. Yeah, you just want a nice little small dice. So all I'm doing here is just peeling the onion, just taking the tip and tail off, taking the skin off. The onion and the shallot and the garlic, I'm going to cut quite a bit smaller than the mushrooms, more than half. Now we're going to do a little shallot here. Just take the tip and the tail off here. So instead of finishing it with butter, we're finishing it with Parmesan. It's classical ways to finish it. Get a little coarse.
While Chef Matt's finishing up that filet, let's go with our solid waste team to see if a few items are recyclable or not. So, what do we got going on? I know recycling is one of the biggest things that I would like to focus on, but there's a lot of do's and don'ts to recycling. What can you tell me about it?
Yeah, well, first of all, when you're shopping, you're going to get these single-use bags. Okay. You're going to get some single-use bags from your H-E-B or your Walmart. And next time you go back to H-E-B or Walmart or wherever you do your shopping, they usually have a container you can put them in and recycle those at the store. And I see you brought this over.
Yes.
So this is a product that cannot be recycled in our program.
Wow.
So this would go in the trash.
And I would have expected it to be recyclable because it's a cardboard box.
It's a waxy finish. It has a plastic liner. There's a cardboard, and there's also a plastic cap here. So at the recycle center, they can't separate all these products. Okay. And they have to separate them all by this individual commodities in order to market them and sell them. So something people ask a lot is rinsing these out. They need to be clean. I think people become obsessive with that. We don't need to get worried about how clean it is. Just a light rinse, maybe under some warm water. Make sure it's relatively clean, and relatively dry too. If there's a couple of drops of water, no big deal. This goes in the recycle cart.
Got it.
Sometimes we get these in our recycle carts. However, the cap, again, too small to go in the recycle program, goes in the trash.
So a lot of what I'm hearing today is to make sure that you know if something is recyclable or not is one, you've got to look at the number on the label and see if that is a part of your program. So where can people find these numbers that you accept for as recyclable items?
And you want the CC Recycles app. That's a great resource for all of our residents.
Got it.
You just upload the app. So when you have the app, it'll tell you exactly what's recyclable. It'll also tell you what day to recycle. Put your card out there. It'll show drop-off location.
Okay, so the CC Recycles app sounds like a really cool app that'll help you recycle right in your kitchen when you're cooking. In other areas, it'll tell you yes or no, and that way you know that you are recycling right. And of course, he mentioned scheduling. I know I always forget when the recycle bin is gonna get picked up, so that's something that I think I'll definitely benefit from with this app. All right, so we've got the tips on what's recyclable, what's not, but now let's get back to the kitchen and see if Chef Matt's finishing up on that filet. Well, Chef Matt, you outdid yourself with this. It looks amazing, and I can't wait to dig into it. We really appreciate you coming on today's episode.
Well, thank you, and thanks for Champs Meat Market for giving us these beautiful fillets to work with, and got a great, easy recipe any night you can make at the house in your own kitchen. So, hope y'all enjoy.
Yes. And thank you, Paul, for being with us today. What do you think about this amazing plate?
It looks great. I can't wait to try it. Thank you, Chef, for showing us how to prepare this delicious dish. And I just want to remind our viewers to download the CC Recycles app for all those recycling tips.
Yep, so make sure you recycle and download that app so you know what does go in the bin and what does not. Well, that's it for Coastal Cocina, where we give you another episode of amazing recipes from our table to yours.